Options. Let's examine the options and begin to go through the process of making a choice. Let me first mention that there are 3 different types of art and design schools that you will have to choose from. Number 1, the Art and Design College of a large state university. There are many that believe the size and activity of a large university is a great experience, and many others feel that all that activity is an unnecessary distraction. This should be part of your consideration. Also, this is usually the least expensive choice because most are at least partially funded by the taxpayers of the state in which they reside. Number 2, the Art and Design College is of a private university. This is mostly a similar experience to the state university, but usually much more expensive and sometimes smaller. That said, they are usually well endowed by alumni and offer many scholarships. Number 3, the independent colleges of art and design, like the private and state art and design colleges, are fully accredited, degree-granting institutions, but expensive like the private universities. Although they are not a part of a large university, the colleges themselves are frequently just as large as the colleges in a university. I highly recommend these schools because most are not tied to university. The students tend to form into a more closely knit community of artists and designers, undistracted by the many distractions of a large campus. Students also have the opportunity to take more actual courses in art and design because they are not strapped with unnecessary university course requirements. Also, portfolios are more important to the application and scholarship process, and the odds are greater for earning a scholarship. State universities tend to only consider grades for admissions and scholarships. My goal for my students, which was almost always the case, was that they earned enough scholarship dollars to make the cost no more than that of a state university. That said, you'll have to choose which is best for you. After you have done all your homework, make sure all possible information necessary to make a decision is complete and neatly secured in a well-organized binder. You have researched all schools with the major, most interesting, appropriate, and affordable for your family. Now, the real legwork begins and the agonizing process of actually making a choice. My most fervent desire for you is that you and your parents will ultimately have the difficult experience of having to decide which large scholarship of many from which prestigious institution you will decide to accept. I have a list of 12 suggestions and instructions to assist you on this journey. Okay, number 1, if possible, visit every school where you will apply. You and your parents both need to get your own feel of the place. I can tell you a lot, but there is no substitute for your own experience. Your parents might hate the dorms. You might love the male-female ratio. it will likely cost as much as a sports car, so you need to take this place for a test drive. The admissions representatives who understand how to treat parents and students during a visit are likely a good reflection of the rest of the school and should be considered toward your decision. Number 2, visit on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I'm quite sure students still try to schedule for a 3-day weekend, so they sometimes try to schedule a Friday or a Monday off. Also, find out when you are close to a grading period so you will see lots of students working in studios. Open houses are also a great time to give you an idea of the quality of work being done at the school. Okay, number 3, apply to at least 10 schools. Colleges hate me for this, but you need options. You can't get into a school that you haven't been accepted to, and you can't accept a scholarship that hasn't been offered. Choose at least 2 local schools. 2 dream schools you either think you can't get into, or 2 that are too far away. I highly recommend not attending the college where your boyfriend/girlfriend is attending. That's up to you, but yeah. Have a first, second, and third choice, but never have just one that you have to go to. You must have options. Number 4, if you are tempted by early admissions, make them prove to you why it is to your financial advantage more than theirs. Remember, it is not your privilege to go to that school, it is their privilege to have you attend, unless they give you a scholarship. Okay, number 5. Schools want you to attend their school, not the other ones. If, after all the letters of acceptance and scholarship letters are in, you have a first choice and you or your parents cannot honestly afford to send you there, request a meeting with the financial aid office. They will do everything in their power to find a way for you to attend. But please, do not try to negotiate by mentioning scholarship and grant offers from other schools, unless they ask, and they sometimes do. Number 6, ask them how many full and part-time professors teach in the department that interests you. This will give you a great idea of the commitment the college has to that department. Compare these numbers to other schools of interest in your search. Number 7, what are the opportunities and/or requirements for co-op or internship? This frequently leads to a great job or a graduate school opportunity. All right, number 8, ask them what they are known for and what are their strengths and weaknesses. No school has everything, but they all have a reputation for specific areas. Number nine. What is their AP and IB acceptance policy? That's Advanced Placement and International Baccalaureate Acceptance Policy. Your teachers have hopefully prepared you well. The AP and IB will give you a score, but remember, only the college that you attend can give you college credit. All right, number 10. Hopefully, if you ask, they will tell you that you will be too busy with class and studio work to belong to a fraternity, sorority, or play varsity sports. There are exceptions to every rule, but I firmly believe that any program where you have time to party 3 nights a week will offer you little promise after graduation. Number 11. Who are their most famous alumni and faculty? Should be interesting. Number 12. What are the departmental outcomes for the department of whatever you're going to be going into? I have a friend who teaches engineering at a local university, and every department is required to have a realistic list of outcomes for students. The studio art and design classes at the high school where I taught have them. What are those for the departments of architecture, art, and design? FYI, outcomes are the school's promise of what you can expect to have learned and acquired by the time you complete the course of study. Thank you.